almost a month now going over all the allegations, all the stories that we hear, and there's still stories coming in that we haven't followed up on. So I don't want to discuss that today because there's some news stories that came in today. And so I could spend all day here with you talking about all the stories we've heard and the stories that the ISP has followed up on and the ones they haven't. But let me take you back to the shoot, don't shoot situation. Shirley had pointed her shotgun at the officer, and they shot her with the beanbags. That's when she was hit with the beanbags. Shirley swung around then. It would normally knock a man to the ground because I've used these before. And you use them usually on somebody with a knife or a club. You don't use these on people with guns because you can die if you use beanbags on somebody with guns. But I'm telling you that you have an exceptional group of guys out there that would use beanbags on a lady with a gun. I don't think I would do that in a deadly situation like that. So she was shot with the beanbags and then spun her around and she fired her shotgun into the building. You heard about that time that she fired. Now, they had another incident when Shirley was...
How did she know what she was shot with?
Okay. Now, there was another opportunity for the snipers to shoot Shirley. It was evening time, and Shirley was in her room, and they were concerned. They were concerned because she had not been moving around in the house. And they have listening devices where they know where she's moving around. Well, it had been a long time since she had moved, and they were very concerned about her having a problem, a health problem. So they sent one of their men up to the window, and when he peered through the window, she shot the shotgun at his head. And if he hadn't seen the blast, he would have been a dead officer. So, all right. Okay, now, I went through a number of questions that I had on my list to see if they were handling Shirley in the right fashion. And here's what I was told about attorneys, that Shirley has been offered attorneys. She's been offered counsel several times during negotiations, and she had not responded to that. So the question always comes up, and it was my question, did she have an offer of counsel? And they said, yes, she has. They mentioned that, let's see that other page. There we go. I mentioned to you.
Okay. What do you think about that? Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Andy, can you bring me down just a little bit here? Thank you. I am going to take a quick break here for our advertising department, Ed. I want you to stay with me, please. I put in a call to Clay Douglas.
I'm here, Jackie.
Oh, Clay, thanks for calling in, honey. I was talking to Kelly just before the program, and she said you have some new information, and I thought maybe you would share it with our listeners. We have to take a break, and will you stay with me?
Sure.
Okay, great. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Sweet Liberty. I'm Jackie Patru, and I am glad you joined me today. Did you notice that when Jack McLamb was explaining to the crowd that you probably could hear was not too happy with him, when he was explaining to them on the 2 occasions where he would have given the order to shoot, he was taking the word of the police. Now, even according to the newspaper articles, there have been a lot of contradictions, folks, regarding when Shirley did shoot, if she shot, etc. I heard One-Eye Jack, the radio talk show host in Springfield, on a newscast, and he said that according to information that he had, and I believe it was from the police, there were several times when they were during negotiations that she would bring her gun up to waist level and then turn around and walk away. And at the time they shot the beanbag at her, he said she brought the gun up to waist level, turned around to walk away, and that's when they shot her with the beanbag. And he said it appeared to them that the beanbag had spun her around, and that's when her gun went into a building. So just wanted you to hear that. Clay, what do you think of all this, dear?
Well, you know, I was there, Jackie.
Yeah.
Where did you get the tape of Jack speech?
Friends in Illinois who videoed the whole thing.
Did you get to the part where I spoke to the crowd?
Yes, towards the very end.
I'm totally on Shirley's side, and I don't know if you know, I do another show. I do a show before you, and then I do another show on another network in the afternoon.
Right.
We linked our shows up, Jack and I.
You and Jack, I listened to that the other night.
He's not apologizing for what he said. He's not really backing off of what he said. It seems to me he's saying two different things, but then I'm not from a police background. As I pointed out to Jack, I'm just an old biker, you know. I'm not on the police's side in almost any of these situations.
Well, one of the reasons I asked you to call in, Clay, I was talking to Kelly before the program, and she said that you had mentioned the group or the money that brought JJ and Jack McLamb, because I was very clear from talking to people in Illinois. At least I never talked to anybody who was happy that they were coming in. The local people, no local people that I knew, and when I say local, I'm talking people in Illinois, networkers and activists in Illinois. They did not invite them, and they were not very happy that they came in.
Well, JJ dropped the ball entirely. This was supposed to be his thing. Jack McLamb was flown in by ARM. ARM is obviously or evidently run by Thomas Wayne.
The ARM is Americans for Responsible Media.
That's correct.
And according to reports, they're headquartered in Arlington Heights, Illinois. And yet, when I asked about Tom Wayne, everybody who does know of him says he's connected or from Michigan. Maybe he is from Michigan and is no longer. But there are some rumors that Tom Wayne is not necessarily who he purports to be.
There has been a number of occasions where Tom Wayne's gotten involved in something, and it didn't work out to the benefit of patriots.
Right, thank you. Actually, I want to be honest here. I've been told...
and I don't know about those. I haven't got the story, so I'm not going to say. I'll just tell you from my conversation with Tom Wayne.
Yeah, well, I've been told he's a Fed.
He talks like a Fed.
Okay.
He tried to tell me, that I was irresponsible for calling for civil disobedience. My answer to that is, if we're not prepared to initiate civil disobedience, especially in situations like that, if we won't go to the aid of a 51-year-old defenseless widow, we might as well forget about the Patriot movement and be satisfied with being slaves.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Clay.
He said, well, she might have shot you herself if you went up there, people went up there. And I said, if 100 people surround Shirley's house and bring food and water, I'm willing to gamble my life that she's not going to shoot somebody up there, showing up there with food and water, unarmed. And I want to see that. I want to see Sunday school kids. I want to see families out there. I think the people of Illinois, and it's got to be the people of Illinois.
That's right.
I told the people of Illinois after Jack made his statements and after JJ dashed away to rescue his briefcase from the police. I told the people, if you were expecting me or Jack McLamb or J.J. Johnson to come up here and rescue this woman and do something for you, you're doomed to disappointment. That we've all got homes, we've got other states that we're going to, we've got businesses, we've got things that we have to do. This is your problem. You're the state. This is your state. This is your neighbor. Do something to help us.
Yes.
At the very least, and I called on the police and I called on the people, take her food. And I turned to the megaphone onto the police. Take her food. You have access to her. Go down. Well, she might shoot. Well, I just can't see this fear. I don't want anyone protecting me. don't go up to Shirley Allen's house because she might shoot you. You know, well, you better not get on the freeways because somebody might run over you. You know, we can live life in fear, and it just depends on what level you want to carry it to.
Yeah, well, as long as the people in America believe that they're still free, Clay, we're in deep trouble.
Well, if we're free, if we were free, this could not happen to Shirley Allen.
That's right.
This is a woman, she has not pointed the gun at any police prior to them trying to take her off of her property, prior to trying to place her under arrest when she hadn't committed a crime.
I happened to talk to a lady who lives about 5 miles. One of the things that has concerned me is we keep hearing reports, but that's all they are, a report. And so I've urged people to